What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Gad Talks. Today we are going to be taking a first look comparison on two very similar smartwatches in very similar price ranges, both under $40 depending on the website and seller they choose to get it from. So on the left, we're going to have the Y6 Pro fitness tracker smartwatch that comes in both silicone and steel bands and a variation of colors. And on the right, we have the CK12 fitness tracker smartwatch, which only comes in a silicone band, but in a variety of colors. Now, if you guys do want to purchase these watches after this video, you guys can use my eBay affiliate link in the video description below, and I will earn a commission at no extra cost to you, which will take it to eBay and trusted sellers. If you guys have not yet already, make sure you guys have subscribed to my channel, as I'll be coming out with new weekly videos on the latest gadgets, electronics, and smartwatches. Now let's begin. On the left, we have the Y6 Pro. This comes in a steel band, but it's one of the nicer steel bands because I will show you why right now. Now this one comes in a magnet lock instead of a lock slot like a lot of the other steel band watches, which I do not prefer because sometimes they could get a little stuck on your wrist and you can freak out, which it has happened to me before. So with a magnet lock, it's a lot easier to take off. Now, as soon as we find this, we can actually put this on and see how it looks. Okay, there you go. Now it works just like this. So it's going to be very easy to put on and put off. This watch comes in a color touchscreen, a semi-touchscreen, so it's gonna be just be able to operate off just this one little button right here. So it's gonna browse through the functions for you. You can also do it by pressing the button right here, which is less convenient in my opinion. I'd rather go through this button right here. We're gonna go through some of the basic functions on this watch. This watch is an IP67 waterproof, so it's everyday water resistant. So it could sustain splashes of water as long as you don't take this watch into the tub or the swimming pool. Now let's check out what this watch has to offer. Scan your steps, calories, distance traveled, very similar to a lot of the other basic fitness trackers out there. Sleep monitor, heart rate monitor, blood pressure monitor, multi-sport mode. This you would need to read in the instruction manual and see what this really is, but it doesn't seem too important to me, as you know, it might not even be related to fitness trackers. We're going to take a look at how accurate one of these monitors are, namely the blood pressure monitor. And we're going to cross-reference these two watches and see which one is more within my expectations. Now it's going to take a few seconds. Now just remember, if you guys do get a reading from this and want to depend on the blood pressure monitor or the heart rate reading, you do want to cross-reference this with something else that you already rely on before further trusting this reading or this watch. That's pretty accurate. It's well within my expectations for someone in my 30s without high blood pressure and relatively healthy. So we're going to take this watch off and we're going to compare it with the CK12. Now the CK12 has got a very unique look on the exterior because it's got that little slanted kind of design, and it's got a rectangular kind of screen, unlike most of the other vertical rectangular screens out there. So this is kind of a unique design on the outside. We're going to check how it looks. Both of these watches, in my opinion, are going to be unisex because they're not too big or too small, and it's something that I don't mind wearing out either of these to go out with, even after the gym. Now this is what the watch looks like. It's a pretty cool watch. So, if you don't mind the black and white screen, I think this might be something of an option for you. but we're gonna run through the features and see how accurate these features are. You're gonna have your steps, calories, distance, very standard functions, heart rate monitor, your blood pressure monitor, your multi-sport mode, message reminders, anti-lost. Now we're gonna go through the blood pressure monitor and see if we can get a cross-reference. Now it seems like if this is the one that it wants to give me, it's definitely a lot higher than my expectations and with the reading that I have received from the other watch, if you remember. Let's go back and see if we can get another reading. Okay, it does not look like it's going to give us another reading right now, so it's going to keep my last rating, which made it a little more difficult to use and get a second reading. So that's a drawback, as you can see from the CK12 Smartwatch. One, this is a little out of expectations, and two, it's not giving me a second reading on demand. Well, maybe now it is. So that's more in line with my expectations, even though it's a little higher on the higher number and lower number. So keep that in mind. Whenever you get these readings from your watches, you do want to cross-reference it with either something you already kind of know or something that you already rely on. As you can see, the readings you get from these watches can differ quite significantly, so you do want to keep that in mind. Now, which one of these would I choose for under $40? It really depends on what you like. If you like the watch on the outside, the CK12 is going to look more stylish. But if you want more of just the features and what's nice on the inside, it's going to be the Y6 Pro right here. So this concludes my short video of these two watches in comparison. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.